Hello all, welcome to NetBook and welcome back to a Mulesoft tutorial. Today I'm planning to talk about how we can encode and decode base64 data in DataWeave. When I say encode or decode, what I exactly mean by that. Imagine I have a PDF file which I want to encode into base64 data. I hope you might be aware of base64 data is a kind of a text data. It is encoded in the plain text format. When I talk about decode the base64, I might have some encoded base64 data which I want to decode it and show that file. In this example, I'm going to take this PDF file. This is a PDF file which I'm going to take as a input and I'm going to convert that into base64 using the data view. Then the same encoded base64 data I'm going to take as an input. I'm going to decode into normal PDF file. These both I'm going to do it through the data view. Let's see how we can do that in a data view in Mulesoft. I'm going to take the data view sample file over here, the project. Under that, I'm going to create a new Mule configuration file, dw-decode encode. So this is the file name I'm going to give. Click on finish. So as a input for the first I'm going to show that encoding to base64 data. So first I'm going to show how we can encode to base64 data. As part of this, the input is PDF file, which is going to receive through HTTP listener, and that needs to be converted into base64 data, and the output I want to return as a content. So to accept this request, I'm going to use HTTP listener over here, and I'm going to say over here encode as my path over here. Slash encode I can say. Then I receive a file over here. Then what I want to do is using the transform message, I'm going to write some data view code over here to produce the data in the JSON format. What I want it is file name and content. The content will be the base64 data. The file name I can hard code it over here as of now. Sample PDF, sample encoded PDF I can say. Okay, and I want to encode the PDF file what I'm receiving from here. To do that, what you need to do is the file whatever it is going to be the coming, that is a binary format, right? The PDF file is binary format. So there is something called binary DWL colon binary is the library which is part of data view. So I will just show that. So if you see, there is something called binaries under the core library is the one of the library available in the data view. You need to import these binaries. That is the first step you need to do. The second step is you need to convert into base64. So there is a method under binaries library to base64. You can see this is the one of the method you need to use to base64 over here. What is the input for this? There is a binary file should be the input for this. So I have a payload which is coming as a PDF that should be the passed as a input for to base64. Where now if you see one more thing over here, when you are going to import, right, you are going to import star from these binaries. In that case, what will happen? All the methods from this binary are going to import into your data view code. Then I'm using that method over here. That simple it is. What is the first step you need to do? Import all the methods, or you can import only the to base64 also. That is also you can do if you want to import only single method also. In that case, what you can do, copy this, import to base64 from this library. If you want it as binary, you can do that so that whatever it is having some warning, even that warning also will go away from here. That's simple. Let me save it and test this project. Right click, run this project. While it is running, let me prepare my request for this. From the postman, I'm going to test it. So this is going to be the localhost 8081 is my input, and in the body, I need to pass some data. So I'm going to select over here binary. So I'm going to upload a file over here, select a file under desktop. If you see over here, DataWeave decode and encode PDF file, which I have over here, PDF file, select that. So I'm passing the input as some PDF file through this URL. And I'm expecting that PDF should be converted into base64. Let's see, is it deployed or not? It is not yet deployed. See this, now it is deployed. Now I'm going to clear this log and submit this request. See this, the file name which I have hard-coded, the file content is plain text which is generated, which is encoded format of the PDF file which is generated over here. That simple it is. Using the data view, the PDF is converted into this base64 format. Now, let's see. I'm going to use this input as my input for decoding the same file into PDF. What I'm going to do, I'm going to have the same URL over here, but it is decode. And there is a body which is JSON data, and I'm going to copy from here. I'm going to pass it. What I want to do is I want to display over here the PDF file. Okay. So for that, I need to do the implementation. So now my HTTP listener will accept a JSON input, which is going to have this format, and I want to decode that data. Decode as my path. Now I'm going to use a transform message over here to decode that base64 data to a PDF file. To do that, first of all, what you need to do, import from base64 is the method from dwl::core: binary. So from this library, I'm going to import this method. Okay, so let me see the library, is that correct or not? Yes, it is correct. It is exactly the same. Now, okay, it is a base64, sorry. And now what I want to do is I want to generate a PDF file as binary. So as a binary which I want to generate it, but what I want to generate, I want to decode this, right? I have a data base64 data from base64. What I have, payload dot content, right? So in the input, what you are passing in the payload, I have a content which is in a base64 data, which I'm going to convert into a PDF file. So it is with binary, not as. So you have this content which is in a base64 data, which you are going to convert that into PDF file. Let me save it this and test it now again. So let it wait for the deployment. You can see this application is started now. Now what I'm going to do is I can click on send a request. Now we should able to see the PDF file over here. You can see you are able to see the PDF file over here. And if you want to hide this, let me hide it this, or I can go to this format over here to panel, and I should able to see the complete PDF file as output over here. See, that simple it is. With the DataWeave code, we are able to encode it and we are able to decode the data. I hope this is clear for everybody. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, subscribe NetBook. See you in the next video. Thank you.